This SoonerScoop.com video is streaming in crystal clear 4K resolution on YouTube thanks to Enjoy Vision in Oklahoma City. If you're ready to see the rest of the world just as clearly, get your fresh perspective at Enjoy Vision. Enjoy Vision. This is where Sooner Scoop LASIX.
Hello and welcome back to the Family Business. Eddie Radosevich. I'm sitting in today for Joe Castiglione Jr. He's with George Stoya out in Destin at SEC spring meetings. Isaac Stoops alongside as per usual. A pleasure to be joined now today by George Kittle out of Norman High School. And obviously you and Isaac kind of grew up together. George, thanks for joining us. I know that you just walked in off of the practice field from OTA and lifts and things like that, but OU softball, unbelievable. We were sitting around in the office watching it. They are just, they never cease to amaze me. They always come up with something unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, 2 outs, down 2, man. Home run, walk-off.
It's unbelievable.
And that was against Tennessee's best pitcher, too, right?
Yeah, she's a badass. She throws like 80
That was the
miles
chick
an
who
hour.
threw it like 100 miles an hour,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, I think it's like
Holy cow.
It's like the
I can't even imagine trying to hit
equivalent
that.
of 111, I think, from the circle to the plate. That would be like the Major League Baseball equivalent. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane. So, yeah, no, that's what an awesome moment. And OU just continuing its dominance and showing why OU softball is the cream of the crop
They're
in the
insane.
entire country.
They're insane. And that kind of parlays in off of the Thunder game last night, going to the NBA Finals. I know you were back for a game recently, right? Back to Oklahoma City.
Oh, dude, I had so much fun. I had a random event in Oklahoma City, and there happened to be a Thunder game the night before I had to be there. And I was like, I will come if you guys can get me into that game. And I was so excited being seen courtside for OKC because, I mean, last time I was at a Thunder game, it was Westbrook, KD, and James Harden's. And my guy Serge Ibaka,
absolutely.
Nick Collison.
Absolutely.
Ooh. That was back too when they had Kendrick Perkins.
Yeah. That was probably the last time they went to the NBA Finals, talking about 2012.
Yeah, literally. So I used to go to those games all the time. So just getting the opportunity to go back there and watch them, it still reminds me how much fun the Thunder games are. Like just such a good fan experience. It's so entertaining. Like you forget that there's basketball being played because everything going on around you is just so good. It's a phenomenal stadium with great people in it. So I was happy to be back for it.
It was
OKC. They're still my team too. So
yeah, I was going to say, do you
pumped.
catch a lot of flack out in San Francisco?
Yeah, you a Warriors guy?
Oh, dude, this is so bad. I'm an OKC Thunder fan. I'm a Nashville Predators hockey fan. And then I'm a Cubs fan because I grew up in Iowa.
Good.
Go Cubbies.
Yeah, go Cubs, go. And
PCA is
so all
unbelievable.
the Bay Area is like, dude, Warriors, Giants, and Sharks. I'm like, look, I do like them and I'm a fan, but like those are my teams. I'm so sorry.
That's so cool. I want to get out to a Giants game. That scene out with the Bay and all that kind of stuff, it looks unbelievable. San Francisco is a good place to be right now for the sports side of things. So you and Isaac basically grew up together, right? I mean, when you moved in your sophomore season, 2010, right?
Yep.
Okay.
No, so our dads played together. Bob Stoops and Bruce Kittle, they play together at Iowa. And so like I've known Drake and Isaac since, I don't know, they were like 6 or 7 years old, probably younger than that. They used to come up. Yeah, that was
there we
me.
Go.
I think that's me. Yeah. Cause I'm wearing the Iowa shoes. So that's right after my freshman year. I came back to Oklahoma. It's my buddy Rico Hogan on the left.
Yeah.
Look at those boys, athletes. No beard and long hair for me though. Goodness gracious. Yeah. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that was your idea.
Oh, that was hilarious. But no, yeah, we've just been friends for a long time. Kind of feels like the two little brothers that I never had because I just have an older sister. So it's just we've just been friends for a long time. And we just randomly run into each other from time to time. Isaac comes out to a game once in a while, and now Drake's in the NFC West, so I get to see him every once in a while too. So it's just fun to. And it was even the best was when I got to actually go to Oklahoma and then kind of hang out with them all the time. Got to go to their flag football games. That was a blast for me. I always enjoyed that.
Man, yeah, we were crazy, but I remember, growing up, and you would come visit us like at bowl games, and we got in trouble for because you guys had like a lot of land, and like I don't know, we were like jumping off the barn, and my mom was mortified. Your mom was pissed too.
Oh no, we had this barn that was like a U-shaped roof for some reason, and we would just like run a half pipe up through this barn, and it had like holes in the roof, and so you'd have to jump over them, or it'd be like a 15-foot fall. And we would just be up there for hours because, like, why wouldn't you do
Yeah,
that?
sure.
It's a normal guy thing to do.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's just guys being dudes. We see
Thank
all
you.
the stuff on the PMT with Big Cat and PFT, or PMT, but it's kind of incredible. And now you're one of the highest paid tight ends in the National Football League. I know that everything kind of comes together quickly in terms of contract, but just getting to the NFL and your story coming out of high school, I think for a lot of Oklahoma kids, they look at you and under-recruited, certainly got an opportunity with Iowa on signing day, if I remember correctly. Is it kind of crazy? Do you still have those like pinch me moments like, shit, I'm kind of doing it. I'm doing what I wanted to do my entire life.
I pinch myself every single day. When I park my car, my office building is Levi's Stadium. So I would look up to a football stadium every single day.
Sure.
And my name's on the wall in a couple places in the building. Like, it's crazy to see that. My mom sent me when I finished. I'm third in career receptions and third in career receiving yards in Niner history behind Jerry Rice and Terrell Owens. So like, it's just I'll never catch Jerry. I don't want to catch him. He's got like another 10,000 yards on me, but he played for 20 years. But yeah, just I pinch myself every day because I couldn't be happier. I love playing football. I'm 31 years old and I still go to play a kid's game for a job. So like, I have nothing to complain about. I don't care if I'm in pain. I don't care if I'm dealing with injuries. My family's healthy and I play football. So like, I don't have a lot to complain about. So yes, it is a pinch me moment all the time. And there's also fun times when I look back at those Oklahoma and the Iowa days. I'm just like, I don't know how I got to this place, but at some point the light bulb switched and I figured it out.
Did you ever consider going to OU or not really because our dads were coaches there? Like, because I know for me and Drake before my dad retired, it was we weren't really sure how we felt about it.
It was, I think Bob offered me a walk-on spot and it was like whatever came to fruition because my only offers really were Navy, Air Force, and Weber State. And so we were kind of at that. And then Iowa called and they said they had a gray shirt opportunity for me, which is basically like you don't play football the first semester and then you join the team in the spring. And then so I think my dad was encouraging me to do that just because he wanted me to go to Iowa. And because Iowa is more of a developmental school. Oklahoma is you need to play now. So it's a little bit different. And so he's like, I graduated 175 pounds and I was 6'1". And somehow I grew 2.5 inches and I gained 80 pounds in college. So I needed the development, I would say. And then Iowa called on signing day because like a couple guys chose other schools and they had an extra offer for me. So that was a pretty fun moment.
I mean, go ahead.
I don't know if everyone knows that you were a receiver, and big time basketball player in high school. So obviously, it's hard to keep on the weight, but like you're considered one of the best blocking, if not the best blocking tight end in the NFL now. Was it kind of hard to make that transition?
Yes, it was. I'll never forget. It was like my first summer workout at the University of Iowa. Well, first off, on the depth chart, I was just listed as athlete. Like I wasn't even under a position, I don't think. It was just athlete. And we're doing like blocking drills in Kinnick Stadium like on a random Thursday. And I had no idea what I was doing because I think I lined up at tight end 3 total snaps in high school and they were all pass plays. And so I just remember like one of the coaches said, if you don't learn how to run block, you'll never touch the field here. And I was like, all right, like I got to figure something out. And luckily for me, I've always been twitchy and explosive. And so I think I used my like leaner size to my advantage. And I would like kind of shock guys with exploding off the ball. And I just took a ton of pride in the run game because if you didn't, you would just kind of get washed out at Iowa. Like you literally like every day starts off with a board drill. Then it goes to basically 2-on-2 blocking, and then it goes to 9-on-7, and then it goes into team runs. Like I've accumulated over the course of my career just in college, like probably 10,000 run plays over the course of 5 years. And so you either have to take pride in it and appreciate it and love it, or it's just going to grind you down and spit you out. And then I'm not going to let that beat me. So I've taken pride in it forever. And then I was really fortunate too. When I got to the NFL, my tight ends coach, the first one I had, John Embry, he's in Miami now, but he coached Tony Gonzalez kind of at his peak in Kansas City. And then he also coached, what's his name? He had Cam Brate, and then he had another Buccaneers tight end, but he was in Tampa and Kansas City for a long time. But he was big into the run game too. Like what's all we talked about. He was like, look, you'll figure out how to get open. You'll figure out how to run routes, catch the ball. But like, he was like, we're going to develop a mindset and you're just going to beat the shit out of every single person. And he goes, and I won't accept anything else from you. And so that helped me a lot too, just kind of take the next step in the run game, because my first career start ever was against Julius Peppers with like with the mask that's like has 100 bars on it with the black visor. And I was like, holy cow, I used to play with this guy in Madden 2006 and now I'm playing against him. So yeah, it's just a combination of developing the mindset and just taking pride in it is why I've always enjoyed the run game.
When you were at Iowa and you go through strength and conditioning and all that, and you gain the pounds, you gain the height, obviously, as you said, was there a moment where it's like, you know what, I think this is going to be all right. I'm going to be able to fit in, and then obviously kind of run with it in terms of starting your career at Iowa and then obviously going into the NFL?
Well, really, for me, the light bulb for me, unfortunately, didn't switch until like going halfway through my third year. So like really going into like my redshirt junior year. So that'd be like my senior year of college. Mm-hmm. That spring ball, there were like 3 guys got hurt. I was like 4th or 5th on the depth chart as a redshirt sophomore. And I was dealing with like an ankle injury the entire season. I got healthy, and then spring ball hit and like 3 guys got hurt. And so I got to take a ton of reps, and that just benefited me because I was really bad at the playbook. I didn't really get the studying part, and I guys deal with anxiety, and like I would just feel the pressure of like, oh, I don't want to mess up. And then if you start thinking like that, it snowballs, and then boom, terrible. And so I kind of got through that, and I got over that mental prison that I put myself in. And the light bulb kind of switched, and then it just kind of got progressively better. And then another guy got hurt, and all of a sudden I was thrust into the number 2 spot behind my cousin, Henry Krager Coble. Oh. And so then me and him were just doing 2 tight end sets the entire season, my redshirt junior year. And then I was a starter my senior year. And then I had enough good tape, fortunately, to get drafted in the 5th round. But yeah, it took a while for me. Like, thank God I went to Iowa because I needed to get developed. I don't know if I would have lasted at Oklahoma. They might have lost their patience with me.
I was tight end U, so yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of good ones. But we were talking about your tight end university with Travis Kelce and Greg Olsen, right? You guys founded it?
Yeah, we did. It was a random idea back in like 2021. I think that was when Olsen retired. He was in Seattle, and I just saw him at the end of the season. It was like the last game of the year. And I was like, hey, because he had told me like we played him early in the season. He told me he was going to retire after the year. So at the last game, I was like, hey, will you like come down to Nashville and just like put me in, like I'm with 10 tight ends. Will you just like give me some knowledge and bounce some stuff off of us so like we can all like take another step? And he was like, well, let's invite some other guys. And then fortunately, me and Greg have the same marketing team, Rubicon Sports. And so we kind of got them involved, and we're like, oh, well, we could do like 20, 30 guys, host them here. And like it took us a while. Then I will say I did coin the name Tight End U, TE University. I just, so I'll take credit for that one. And they're like, okay, well, we'll get Trav involved. And Travis was super excited about it. And one thing I love about Travis is he'll do anything to hang out with the boys, which is one of my favorite attributes of him. He's like, oh, you want to get all the guys together and hang out? All right, I'd love to. So he's the man. And so our marketing got involved, and we started to shoot some invites out. And all of a sudden, like I'm just getting texts and phone calls from all these other tight ends. Like, hey, can I come? Can I come? And all of a sudden, like the very first year we're hosting at a high school in Tennessee, I think we had like 55 guys show up. We were anticipating 25. And then the year after that, we had like 90. And the numbers constantly around like 80 to 95 people come every single year. So yeah, it's been an awesome experience. I know me, Greg, and Travis get to get up in front of all the tight ends, teach a class, whether it's run game, yards after catch, your mindset. We kind of just put everything through these guys that they might get throughout the season. Do some drills, and then we're in Nashville, Tennessee, so we drink some beer a little bit.
Absolutely, go on Broadway.
Yeah, we enjoy that, and we have some fun. But yeah, no, it's been a fantastic experience, and we're going into year 5, so I think it's pretty cool. And the best part is too, like all the money we raise, we basically pay for everything for the players besides their flight, and then we cover everything, and then at the end we have a bunch of money left over. So then me, Greg, and Travis get to donate to our favorite charities.
That's awesome.
So it ends up being a pretty fun thing.
I know that just reading a couple of the stories online, it seems like you do a lot of charity stuff, and I think that there's a certain element that it's really cool when you see guys that you're somebody's hero, I'm sure, in the Bay Area or across the country. At the end of the day, you guys are playing football and giving back, which is a unique opportunity in and of itself.
Yeah, it is. I always view it kind of like when I was a kid, I vividly remember sending a football helmet, a Colts football helmet, to the Indianapolis Colts for Bob Sanders and Dallas Clark to sign, two former Iowa guys. And then they never signed it, and I never got my helmet back. And I'll never forget that. It's still, I'm 31 years old. It's a story I remember today because I sent it when I was like 9 or 10 years old.
Sure.
And I'll never forget it. And so I just always want to try my best to, like, whether it's give back to the kids who are huge fans, because like when I was a kid, I viewed NFL players as superheroes.
Sure.
Like I saw Peyton Manning, and I was like, oh my, like that is Superman. Like, oh, that's the coolest job in the world. Like he's the coolest guy ever. And so like kids, like they still look at NFL players that way. And so I try to always do my best with kids. And then I always know that there are certain things that I can give back to and kind of help encourage, like whether it's donations or just encourage help going back to them. And so there's a couple of charities that I try to help out as much as I can. And I usually steer towards, children's literature. Like I like helping kids read, and veterans and military members. Like those are kind of the two that I hang my hat on. And I've definitely been able to work with a bunch of fantastic organizations. But yeah, no, I'm just I'm blessed to be in the situation that I am. And so as much as I can give back, I'm going to try my best.
Yeah, I saw was it a former veteran at one of your games with the jersey, right? Yeah. I thought that was super cool. Has that turned into like a yearly thing, or was that just one time thing?
So I bring anywhere from 4 to 12 veterans and their families to every single game, home and away, every game every year. So I think we've been doing it for 4 years now, I think, including playoffs. Like, so I send veterans to, every playoff game too. So then all the home games, I get to hang out with them. We have like a little room right by the locker room that they come down to. I get to see them all and sign some autographs, hang out with them for like 30 minutes after every single game. So, I mean, I don't have enough. There's not enough respect and acknowledgement of our military members, because it's just like you guys go out there, you do all the crazy stuff that we don't even hear about. And again, I play football on TV for people to watch and gamble on. So I'm living a great life. So I try to give back to the vets just because they allow us to do this awesome life.
That's tremendous. I'm familiar with the gambling side of it. Certainly, we appreciate your efforts out there on Sundays. Just in terms of playing for the Niners, I mean, to land with the 49ers, that's a iconic brand within the National Football League. What's that experience like? And just moving forward, you guys have had a ton of success there here over the last couple of years. Has to be fun to be in the mix usually for one of the top spots there in the NFC.
Playing for the Niners, one, is awesome. The organization is fantastic. We have an awesome owner who takes incredible care of the players, is what I would say too. It's like he puts a lot of money back into us, like not just by paying us huge contracts, but he takes care of us on the road. He puts us in really nice hotels. He gets us really good food. Our plane is awesome. Like he does such a good job of taking care of us. So like we're in a fantastic place to facilitate a good team. And then when you throw on like John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan and the coaches that he puts together, and then they usually draft really high character guys who love football, it's just a great culture that we've been able to develop since 2017. And the culture stayed pretty consistent, since I'd say 2018, 2019. And that's why we've been good for so long. Last year we were kind of decimated with injuries. Sure. And we lost a lot of guys, and a lot of guys didn't play. But, it's just, a lot of rookies had to step up, which is good for business because they'll be better this year. But we have so many good players now, which is fun to see. And a majority of them have been on the team for their entire careers. So when you can have guys that you draft that develop into great players, and you can reward them with contracts, that just says a lot about, a team of keeping the guys together. And so I love being here. I love the Bay Area. Niners fans are fantastic. There's also just being an Iowa kid and an Oklahoma kid to go out to the West Coast and get to experience 65 to 75 and sunny every single day for 12 months does not suck. Does not suck at all. Like when it's December and it's 50 degrees with a little cloudy, and I look over and Green Bay is practicing outside in -20, I'm just like, that stinks. Nothing against Green Bay. I love Wisconsin. Sure. I was born there, but I don't want to practice outside in -20 degree weather.
How excited were you for OU fans are familiar with Brock Purdy, you know, playing against him at Iowa State. How happy, you know, were you for him and his new contract?
I mean, to go from being the last pick in the draft to, you know, one thing that's crazy too, people forget about, I mean, he beat out a vet in training camp to get the third quarterback spot. Like they just thought he was a practice squad guy. No, but he won the third spot. And so when Trey Lance went down with a terrible injury and then Jimmy G got hurt 6 weeks later, you know, you just have this rookie last pick of the draft that just gets thrusted in and just honestly just balls the fuck out, which is pretty awesome for us. You know, that's convenient that we drafted a great quarterback in the 7th round. But then, like, I mean, talk about a guy who just deals with everybody talking about him, everybody telling him he's not good enough, everybody telling him he's too small, his hands are too small, he can't throw in the rain, he can't do this, can't do that, all this stuff. And let alone he just keeps winning football games and just keeps winning, keeps delivering. He's fantastic, has his head on his shoulders. He just does such a great job. And so when you can reward a quarterback, you know, who you drafted, like I said, when you can reward guys who you draft for developing into great players, it just says a lot about the organization. And it says a lot about him too. Like, he's a guy who I think he does a great job about not listening to the media. Like, he does a very good job about it, you know, ignore the noise and stuff like that. I sometimes listen to the noise and I can talk crap to all the media members. I thoroughly enjoy doing that. I don't need Brock to do that because I'm not the face, everybody knows who I am, but, you know, your quarterback is kind of like, you know, the face of the franchise. So for him to be able to deal with all that stuff and still go out there and deliver every single day and be the same guy every day, but at the same time, he's like growing up, because I think Brock's 25? Yeah, he's 25 years old.
It's
and
crazy.
So like, yeah, it's crazy. And so like, he's just got so much good football left in front of him. And he would just like to get this contract done. It's just good for us too, because now there's no stress or anything like that. So we're thoroughly enjoying him having his contract done.
You know, I think it's one of the things that has made you so popular, obviously the success on the field, but it seems that just off the field, very real. You keep it very real with everybody. And I think that, like, you're able to give shit back to guys. You can go to the Super Bowl and give, you know, Big Cat and PFT some shit about Pizza Hut or Little Caesars in this case. Is that something that's important to you, to present yourself like, this is who I am? Here it is. Go with it.
One thing I've learned about being in the NFL is that, like, when you're in a locker room with guys that range from the age of like 21 to, I have a teammate who's 38, almost 39, our long snapper. So when you're in that range of age and like coaches and stuff, like, bullshit is sniffed out very quickly.
Yeah.
And so if you're not consistently yourself every single day, like, people just don't really, they don't really fuck with you. Not gonna lie. Like, it's BS. And so I learned, and I had some great vets when I was young too. Garrett Selleck, a Michigan State guy, he played 8 years for the Niners. Logan Paulson, who was a vet for Washington, and we signed him. But like, I had some good vets that kind of like taught me that. And they're just like, dude, just be yourself as much as you can be. And unfortunately for everybody else, I'm kind of a crazy person once in a while. And I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to let my flag fly and just be a weirdo every single day. And, but like, I mean, I love life. Like I said, like, I play football for a job. Like, I don't have anything to complain about. Like, I've broken my foot in season. I've missed games, you know, definitely, you know, I've played through a ton of injuries, but a ton of pain, but like, still I wake up every day. I'm like, I'm getting paid to play football. Like, I'll figure out a way to get through it. I'll figure out a way to get back on the field, and then we'll just keep chugging along as long as I can possibly do it. So it's, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoy just being myself and being my weird self every single day. Cause, I think if you can just do that and you don't have, everybody has a little bit of an ego, but if you can just like be cool with the rest of the world, I love it. And I always like I have a lot of kids that hit me up. I have a lot of kids that look up to me. I'm just like, if I can convince you just to be yourself every single day, the world's going to be a little bit better place. I promise you that.
Yeah, my dad, but we were laughing about it before this. Because like when you miss some games, like he was kind of devastated. He only picks OU players on his fantasy team, but he tells everybody he sees George is the exception. So he always drafts you along with the OU guys.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Bob was out. He came to the NFC Championship game, I think, 2 years ago.
Yeah, he was on the Netflix show. I was like, is that my dad?
Yeah, just randomly Bob Stoops is at my house. Yeah. Oh, no, he's an absolute hoot. I love Bob. Bob and Carol. Carol's definitely cooler, but
I'll tell her you said that.
Yeah, I know. No, but that's actually hilarious. I love the fact that your dad plays fantasy football. I had no idea.
I did not think that would have been the case. I did not.
I mean, has he not coached long enough? Geez
yeah.
Louise, Bob.
Yeah, Matt McMillan is in his corner, probably in his ear. So
he's the one setting all the lineups on Sunday. Probably, if you forget,
he always sends me texts like who to start. It's funny.
That's awesome. What just in terms of Iowa, just playing at Iowa, I think that it's very comparable to the Passion certainly on Saturdays, Kinnick Stadium. What's how often do you get back to Iowa City?
Honestly, probably just once a year.
Yeah.
My grandma is, I think she is 102. So my mom's 102 years old, and she's still living about an hour south of the University of Iowa in Mount Union, Iowa. And so I try to get back and see her at least once a year. And I still got a bunch of family who lives in the southeast Iowa area. So do my best to get back there. My mom always encourages me to go back there as much as I possibly can to see her family.
Sure.
And I do try to. I don't know if I'll make it this year. I'm going to try my best to, but no, I mean, I always love going back because the Midwest is just different. Midwest nice is a real thing. And it's literally you have Southern hospitality and you have Midwest nice, which are two fantastic, awesome things. And there are some comparisons there, but it's hard to beat the Midwest nice and someone holding the door open for you as you're 30 feet away. It's just like the funniest thing. They'll just sit there and wait with you.
Oh, yeah.
No, don't take your time. Yeah. Oh, I got all day. And I thoroughly enjoy like walking, and then like someone driving in a car will wave at you no matter what. Like that doesn't happen in California. I wave at people all the time, and I think I get a middle finger more than I get anything else. And you know the nice thing about the Midwest too is people actually use their blinkers there when they drive. You don't get that in California. People just drive fast and angrily. It's crazy.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Yeah, dude, it's a different beast out here. I'm getting used to it still.
It's awesome. What's the summer look like for an NFL football player? Just in terms of, I know you guys got workouts and things like that, but it's kind of, is it basically, hey, be ready. This is a job. Show up, be ready, do your own workouts, or what's that look like throughout the next couple months leading into training camp?
So we have like mini camp OTAs kind of ends. Ours is done on June 12th. I think a lot of other teams have an extra week. Coach Shanahan does a good job. He lets us off a week early because there's only so many things you can do during OTAs because you can't actually like do too physical of football. So you're kind of like you're running routes on air basically. So he'd rather like get guys get away so that they're feeling like some relief before the season starts. And so then when everyone leaves there, you basically we always have a meeting every single year. It's called the 40 days away meeting, where it's like 39 or 41 days, whatever it is. That's how long you have until training camp starts. And so like, what are you gonna do in those 40 days? And I would say a majority of the NFL guys take like a short vacation, like right at when they're done, just so they can like catch their last win and then refocus for like the last 30 days. But yeah, I think you have 40 days and you show up, how you show up. Like, one of the crazy things is a story I hear every year is I think Coach Shanahan, they had a player in, it was either Washington or Atlanta when he was there that was like the best player at OTAs, looked incredible. They thought they're going to be like the starting wide receiver. And then he showed up to training camp or it was either running back or receiver, I can't remember. Then he showed up to training camp like 15 pounds overweight, pulled his hammy on the second day, missed most of training camp. And then when he came back, he looked terrible, and then he got cut.
Sure.
So it's just like those 40 days are very important. And there's some guys that can do whatever they want to do, and they're going to show up and be freaks of nature and athletes. Like, I don't know what Trent Williams has to do because he's the greatest tackle of all time. And he's just better than everybody else. But I would say a majority of the league trains pretty hard. I host my tight end youth thing, and then I'm pretty dialed in. I'm playing in the Lake Tahoe Celebrity Golf Tournament this year, so
Beautiful.
That's about 10 days before training camp. So I'm a little anxious about that because I'm going to be wanting to train and run around and stuff, but I'll figure out how to do that and golf. But just lots of training, lots of just refocusing and just trying to get everything done so you don't have to deal with it when the season starts.
How's the golf game right now?
Shot a 94 yesterday, 2 days ago. I'm decent. I mean, hey, I will say I did hit a 330-yard drive, so I'll take that any day of the week. I hosed that one. But
did you par that hole?
We're working on it. The putter's heating up a little bit. I will say I use a Nike Sasquatch driver from 2007.
Old school.
Oh yeah, there's nothing like that ting, like an old aluminum baseball bat. It just nothing beats it. So I keep that in my bag at all times. I will be golfing 36 holes Saturday morning. I'm very excited about that. So I'm just going to grind as much as I possibly can.
Absolutely. They take you up to Pebble any?
You know what's fun? I golfed. I got to golf Cypress 2 weeks ago.
That's awesome.
Which is which is down there, and it was. Wow, just an incredible experience. There's a couple former Niners players that are members there. Had a great time, and then San Francisco. Like there's some insane courses in San Francisco too. I got to get out. Yeah, San Francisco Golf Club. I was there a couple weeks ago too. Just an absolute hoot. The cool thing about out here is in California, it's like if you're golfing on the coast, like. For for 9 holes, it'll look like you're in the woods. And then the next 9 holes are golfing on the coast. And you can't tell if you're like in Italy or in California. You have no idea. That's one of the cool things about California. It's got absolutely every type of ecosystem. You're just like, where am I and why am I out here? Like Cyprus has a 250-yard par 3 over the ocean. What do you use on a 250-yard par 3 with 30 to 50-mile-an-hour winds into your face?
I'll just drop and make bogey.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm using a driver. Took me 3 shots, but I finally got on the green. I think I shot like an 8 on a par 3. It was fantastic.
Yeah, that's fine. That just means you need a couple more beers when we get to the cart. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, I got to get out there and play with you soon.
Damn straight, come on out, baby. I am also a member finally in Nashville, Tennessee at the Golf Club of Tennessee, which I'm pumped about. They got 36. Well, they had 2 18-hole courses, so my golf game will be hopefully exquisite by Lake Tahoe time.
We'll be watching. We'll be watching when you get there. Yeah, we know.
Just watch how many beers I
the
drink.
Follow brothers over at Troubadour, I believe, in Nashville, which is a nice place as well.
I love that place.
You need to get out there. George, we appreciate it, man. It's been fun to catch up with you. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for putting up with me and having to sit in for Joe Jr. today. But best of luck this year. Congrats on the new contract, and stay healthy this year. Go tear that shit up.
Hey, thank you. I got to stay healthy for Bob Stoops' fantasy team.
Absolutely.
That's an all-time
and probably
quote.
some of your parlays.
Absolutely. Wow. I can guarantee you that's going to be the case. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you, boys.
George Kittle, Isaac Stoops, Eddie Radosevich here on the Family Business this week. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, do all that kind of jazz. I don't know what Joe Jr. usually says, but it's something along those lines, right?
Yeah, remember to keep it in the family.
Remember to keep it in the family. We appreciate it. See ya.